Magandang gabi, ETSeekers! Ako si Camille at nandito tayo sa pangalawang episode ng ETSeek TV at Season 2 ng ETSeek TV ng UP Economics Towards Consciousness, kung saan pag-uusapan natin ang ordinaryong buhay sa lente ng economics. Ano nga ba yung mga pinag-usapan natin last episode? Last episode, nag-focus tayo sa pag-define o sa pagbigay ng kahulugan kung ano nga ba ang economic literacy, saang mga bagay ito nasasakop, ano natin masasabi if meron na nga bang economic literacy ang isang tao at kung mataas na nga ba ang economic literacy ng lipunan sa ngayon. And ang next part natin doon is parang in-explain din natin if paano makatutulong ang pagkakaroon ng economic literacy sa mga suliranin na hinaharap natin ngayong pandemya. Para simulan ang ating second episode, ang ating episode ngayon ay magpo-focus sa mga suliranin sa paggamit ng economic literacy at mga paraan upang mapabuti ang economic literacy ng bansa. Makasama uli natin ngayon si Miss Marianne Vital. Hello po. Hello, Marianne. Nice to have you back this episode.
Hi, Camille. Yes, so thanks again for this second leg. It's nice to see you again.
It's nice to see you again po. I hope na magkaroon pa tayo ng malalimang talakayan ngayong episode. Nabanggit po natin last episodes yung mga nagkaroon po tayo ng parang rundown kung ano yung mga hinaharap nating problema sa economic literacy. So ngayon po, itatanong ko po if sa tingin ninyo, ano kayo yung mga root cause o mga pangunahing dahilan ng mga ito?
So I think ang pinaka-importante ay yun nga, yung the way that economic concepts are parang used. Lalo na, for example, sa media, press release, pag-communicate ng ating mga policymakers ay very technical. So, it's as if yung mga press releases at yung mga ganitong communication ay targeted lang sa mga tao na parang nakapag-aral talaga ng economics. And in a way, that sort of parang nagbibigay ng distansya lalo, na-alienate lalo ang mga tao na hindi nga nag-specialize at nag-focus sa economics sa kanilang studies before. So, kapag nagiging mas technical siya, parang nakakapagod or parang ayaw mo na siyang, hindi siya ganun ka-interesting to know, di ba? Whereas, kung ang pag-communicate ay very simple, so, once halimbawa nagbigay ng figure, ng indicator, ito yung nangyayari, ito yung parang in simple terms, ito yung nangyayari sa economy, kaya ganito yung indicator, then it probably would allow more people to understand. So mas naintindihan nila ang mechanisms ng kung ano yung minimeasure ng indicator at ano yung nangyayari sa economy kung ganun. And I'm not saying na, sa lahat ng press releases, I just think na merong dapat isang at least na output or communication na kung saan merong simplified version, tapos merong kang, technical version, which is something that, academicians or other researchers can look at para ma-verify at yun nga, at mabigyan ng academic attention, di ba? Okay. And I guess the second thing then na reason kung bakit mababa or hindi ganun kalakasing appreciation ng mga tao sa economics ay it must be something to do how they learned economics. So, economics can be very dry. That's the thing. Lalo na kung binigyan ka ng equations, ng mga graphs. Although the graphs are supposed to be, helpful and easy to understand. Pero kasi kung bibigyan ka ng introduction ng mga concepts na medyo abstract, tapos graph bigla sa'yo, parang, maano ka talaga, di ba? Mas-shock ka. So I think the easiest way of allowing people to understand it is that when you introduce economic concepts, dapat ito yung mga konsepto na madaling maintindihan. So I know it's a technical term, opportunity cost sabihin mo, parang i-define mo siya as, something very highfalutin, sobrang bigat. Pero pwede mo naman siya bigay ng very concrete examples na okay, yun nga, yung tulad ng binigay natin last time, meron kang 20 pesos o meron kang dalawang option, either bibili ka ng banana queue or gagamitin mo siya sa pamasahe. Ano yung opportunity cost mo doon? If you choose banana queue, o yung opportunity cost mo ay yung benefit na makuha mo sa hindi paglalakad, di ba? Hindi ka makapagod, so on and so forth. I think it's just that economic concepts should be taught very simply in the beginning para, alam mo yun, maintindihan ng mga tao na it's not so far from me. In fact, alam ko to. And this is really interesting kasi you're finding out, what are the concepts defining these phenomena. So, I don't know, it's a real challenge, I guess. I mean, I've also taught in college ng macro and a little bit on some micro concepts. So it's really hard, but that's why Usapang Econ, my group, tries to come up with yung mga ganitong klaseng multimedia content to help teachers. At alam naman namin it's a real challenge to come up with something that could be easily understood. So it's also our objective to help the education system in a way para naman tumaas yung appreciation ng mga tao or tumaas ang economic literacy.
Sa akin kasi, since batch 2020 ako ng high school, fresh lang, I don't know if nagbago na yung curriculum, pero na-experience ko lang magkaroon ng econ subject nung grade 9 ako and nung nag-ABM ako in senior high school. Sa tingin niyo po kaya, mas maganda kayang parang problem din ba kaya yun, yung parang sa kahit mga higher high school parts na i-integrate yung economics? Kasi nga, as far as I know, meron parang statistics na nagsasabi na habang tumataas yung educational level, mas kumukonti yung enrollees. Sa tingin niyo po kaya?
Well, that's a very good question, na parang you're saying na in a way dapat na-introduce na yung economic concepts parang earlier on kasi baka may mga tao na nagda-drop out tapos hindi na nila nakakuha yung mga ganung economic concepts. So, yeah, I think, this would, I guess, further merit further studies na is it really worth introducing? Kasi naintindihan ko yung konsepto ng how the curriculum was designed. Kasi, di ba, you're trying to make it age appropriate in a way. And of course, andun din yung pagbalanse mo ng different subjects na kailangan ituro or yung foundations na kailangan meron ang bata at a certain age. So I would actually leave it to our curriculum designers to look into this kasi magandang question yan na parang how early should we introduce economic concepts or at least yung the study of economics. Or is it something that we can integrate in other, subjects as well? Tapos sa higher studies na lang gawin natin mas complex. Doon natin ilagay yung mga equations or yung mga medyo abstract meanings, pero at least the practical applications can be introduced earlier on. So, yeah, that's a very good suggestion, and I hope that maybe some of our experts in curriculum design would take on this challenge kasi if not kasi na ma-integrate siya sa education system. Another alternative din is to have mga certain certain media presence tulad ng Usapang Econ at ng mga other media outfits out there na kahit na sinusubukan na mabigyan ng better understanding ng economics. So pwede kasing may complementary complementary measures yun nga tulad ng sinabi ko. But definitely I think it's important for kids to know in a way na okay, may mga, pwedeng dahan-dahan na okay, and I think natuturo siya in a way. It's just that not as hardline na parang ito yung konsepto nito, ito yung opportunity cost. Pero alam mo yun, pero alam mo yun, when we're kids, we learn that early on na okay, if you choose one thing, hindi mo to pwedeng gawin. Kapag 'di ba, every action has a consequence, natuturo din yan na tapos kapag nag-iingay ka, for example, magawa ka ng kung anong mga ingay sa kwarto mo, syempre naapektuhan yung nanay mo na, hindi ako makatulog. Alam mo, may externality, di ba? Kasi naapektuhan siya. Pero, alam mo, these are things na can be taught in a way na can be introduced in a very simple manner. Tapos, yun nga, pwede siyang ma-integrate. And I think it would be interesting to see how it can be integrated in the education curriculum. But I really like that idea. I do.
Thank you po. Dahil po nasabi na natin if parang na-distinguish na natin yung mga root cause or dahilan ng mababang economic literacy. Sa tingin nyo po, ano kaya yung mga maaring gawing solusyon ng unahin muna po natin yung pamahalaan para mapabuti yung economic literacy ng mga Pilipino?
Yun, as I mentioned before, yun nga yung pagiging masyadong technical when it comes to communication of certain policies and certain press releases. I think I know it's added work, but it's important na yung policy communication ay simple as much as possible. Dapat isipin ng mga policy makers at yung policy communicators. And this is something that is being now discussed worldwide. So how can you make policies more transparent kung ang mga tao ay, okay, transparent ka nga, ito yung indicators, ito yung ginawa namin. Pero hindi siya naiintindihan ng mga simpleng, average stakeholder. Then, the transparency is a bit lost, diba? So, napag-uusapan ay magkaroon ng certain policy communication standards na parang okay, these are simple and easy to understand. Number 2, pwedeng as I mentioned, pwedeng merong simplified version, 'di ba? Pwedeng may Tagalog version. I think some countries even do that na in a vernacular language, meron silang parang communication. Third is siguro, yun nga, visualization. So, I think, to be fair, some agencies are on the right step. Parang gumagawa sila ng mga infographics that are, a bit, easier to digest kaysa sa isang mahabang wordy press release. Pero, yun nga, these are things that can be constantly improved by simplification. Another thing that the government can do, ayun nga, yung sa curriculum design, pwede rin kang in a way integrate ang pag-aral ng economics, but of course I'm not saying na we should, but it's something that can be looked into. Third would be teachers. It's good to challenge teachers in a way how to make economics less dry. I guess so take advantage of other multimedia resources na para mas madaling maintindihan yung economics. Siyempre, binibenta ko talaga yung Usapang Econ. Usapang Econ content is free, by the way. So, but I think, and it's not just us. Ang daming podcasts, ang daming video explainers. And yun nga maganda ngayon sa information technology, you just go to the internet, search ka, ang daming lalabas. So I think, we have to take advantage of these resources that are available sa atin not for free kasi kailangan mo ng internet, pero ayun, relatively more accessible. Another thing is, of course, even ourselves, ETCers, parang we want to spread that kind of consciousness. So I think it's important na yung mga tao themselves take it upon themselves to explain to people. Kung alam nila yung isang konsepto, try na i-explain ito sa mga kakilala nila na okay, i-clarify natin when we talk about GDP, ito yun. Na when we talk about inflation, okay, rising inflation or high inflation is really bad. So ano yung implication nito? So, everybody, even though hindi ka economics na expert, kung alam mo naman yung basic concept at alam mo how it works, of course, you should explain. Pero andun yung assumption na alam mo ba talaga? So, ang hirap ngayon kasi marami nagdudunong-dunungan na, eto, ganyan. So, pero I think sa mga ganong klaseng dito papasok sa mga ganitong klaseng sitwasyon, dito papasok yung ability mo to fact check and take things with a grain of salt kasi hindi naman lahat ng narinig mo tama. So okay, pag narinig mo may ganitong explanation, okay, try mong mag-Google, try mong makipag-usap sa mga experts. Is it really the case? I-verify mo yung mga narinig mo. So, yun, I think information is something that can be easily corrupted but can also be learned correctly.
So yun, parang napansin ko rin nga po na since digitalization na tayo ngayon, mas madali na lang makapag-access and makapag-disseminate na information, though kailangan natin maging critical and maging responsible sa kung ano yung pinapost natin online. So doon po, ano po kaya sa tingin nyo yung maaari natin gawin personal level ng kung willing tayong matuto? Ano po kaya pwedeng gawin para mas lalong matuto ng economics?
Maganda yung na parang on top of what we're learning in school, so parang yun, maganda talaga yung try natin na makinig sa mga discussions that aim to simplify economics. So as much as possible, na parang we look at we look at explainers, video explainers, and we look at kung gaano ka-credible yung mga mga outfits na to. Kasi, syempre, alam mo yun, may mga tao nga na yun nga, sabi nagdudunong-dunungan, or worse, alam nila na mali, pero pinopropagate nila, which is fake news. So, as ourselves, as learners, we look at kung ano-ano yung mga sources na tinitingnan natin when we try to learn something. So, podcast man yan, explainer man yan, article man yan, tingnan natin, ito ba is a credible source for this information. And then second, okay, you read it, you listen to it, you watch it, try mo intindihin ano ba yung concept na napipick up ko dito at paano ko ba siya ma-apply sa buhay ko. Halimbawa, ang isang concept na lumabas ay for example, information asymmetry. Okay, so ito ay isang konsepto na nagsasabi na okay, yung posible ka kang makakuha ng information na incomplete o hindi buo kasi either yung taong nagbibigay ng information sa'yo ay dishonest or hindi rin niya alam. So therefore, yung information na yung hindi nagmamatch yung nakukuha mong information sa taong yun dun sa information na alam niya talaga. Kasi yun nga either withhold niya or hindi siya nagsasabi ng totoo. So ngayon, paano ko siya ma-apply sa sarili ko? Okay, so itong information asymmetry, magagamit ko siya sa basically everywhere. Okay, sa nanay ko, sabihin ko ito yung grades ko pero hindi naman talaga. So parang nakakakuha ka ng benefit kasi nagsisinungaling ka. Parang basically, pagsisinungaling lang din yan So parang, okay, na-relate ko siya. Mayroon siyang counterpart sa real life application. So I think it's really important for us to continuously do that exercise. Now, when you pick up a concept, try to see how it applies to your real life. Siguro, and one last thing then na mababanggit ko na which is also very important is that when you have understood something, try to have a discussion with people. Be it people na kakilala mo na well-versed sa topic, which is good because you will find out if you really know what you know. Or you talk about it with somebody tapos okay, na nakukuha niya yung nalaman mo. So, nagta-transfer ka pa ng knowledge. So, I think it's important to have that kind of conversation kasi it increases literacy among people. And it also helps you kasi kapag nag-explain ka, dun mo na realize kung gaano mo pala kaalam ang certain subjects, di ba? Na parang, ay, pag in-explain ko pala to at hindi ko kayang i-explain ng maayos, sabihin hindi ko siya fully understood. So parang the more that you explain it, di ba?
Parang need pa natin mag-aral. Parang.
Exactly, di ba? So kaya gusto ko yung sa ETC before kasi magkakaroon kami ng debate about certain concepts. So, parang hanggang sa dumating yung point na ay hindi ko na siya kayang i-explain. Ibig sabihin hindi ko siya fully na-grasp. Pero dun mo malalaman at you will learn from people who are also in conversation with you. So yun, I think just to summarize, okay, so do your due diligence, as in verify, check yung resources, sources mo in this information. Second, absorb and try to learn and relate it to your everyday applications, everyday life. Third, discuss, spread the word, make good information viral, diba? So yun, I think it's these are 3 things na I try to practice as much as I can. And I hope that it's very useful as well for people na, kahit hindi ka estudyante, pwede mo naman tong gamitin. So yun, I hope this helps.
Para po sa akin, isa sa magandang example nung sabi niyo nga pong reach out, magkaroon ng conversation with others is yung project nyong Usapang Econ. So, feeling ko po, since binabanggit natin yung Usapang Econ all throughout the 2 episodes, siguro curious yung mga ET seekers natin about sa kung saan siya. If it's okay po, can you magbigay po kayo ng parang brief na pakilala sa Usapang Econ?
So, thank you. Usapang Econ kasi ay nag-start siya dun sa pag-notice namin ng mga disinformation na kumakalat, lalo na yung sinabi ko na inflation, na parang sabi ng mga tao, mataas daw yung inflation, so maganda yun. So, a few friends of mine, ako, si JC, tsaka si Jeff, we started talking about coming up with certain explainers through blog articles. Kasi parang napapagod na kami mag-explain sa comment ng Facebook. Parang ilabas na nga natin tong article para they can just circulate. Tapos, andun na lahat ng kailangan mong i-explain. So, it was established, itong Usapang Econ, noong 2018. And then, maraming mga tao ang nag-express na, okay, gusto nila sumama sa project namin, but in the end, ang talagang nagtatag ng Usapang Econ as an organization ay kaming 5. So, si Jeff, ako, JC, si Rainier, and si Paul. And then we just continued on until siguro naging major milestone din ay we caught the attention of other media outfits that wanted to partner with us. So nag-transition kami, hindi lang from articles, nag-podcasting na rin kami. So naisip namin it's also a very effective way of explaining economics since kaya naming i-harness yung power ng partner namin in production na parang, okay, so how do we make economics like more fun? And then after we've done podcasting, nakita namin, ay, ang dami din palang avenues. And then we decided to expand our products. Nagkaroon na kami ng video explainers. Tapos meron na kaming Usapang Econ Live, which we post on YouTube and Facebook as well. Na parang naging a regular conversation siya amongst ourselves. We talk about SONA, we talk about yung year-end, parang year-enders, parang okay, ano yung gano'n natin i-capsulate yung nangyari sa ekonomiya for the past year. And yeah, we're happy to have also expanded the membership of Usapang Econ kasi we're getting more and more people who want to be involved. So we welcome new members such as Cherry and Brents. And yun nga, right now we are developing more projects. Nakakatuwa kasi now that we are getting the attention of other possible partners na who see the value of creating content that's very useful not just for students, but for anyone who wants to learn economics. And like I said, it's very important for everyone to learn economics. Dahil lalo na kung ikaw ay gustong maging responsableng citizen ng isang bansa, then you have to be knowledgeable about certain concepts that you want to demand from your government. So, yun. And yeah, happy almost 3 years na ang Usapang Econ, and they're really great people, and I'm so happy kasi we're all friends, and the way that it has been carried out, sobrang masaya siya, and all the more ko nasasabi na economics is really fun.
Glad to hear that po. I hope na mas dumami pa yung mga initiatives na ganyan since needed siya ngayon sa lipunan natin. Oras na para sa Eat with C. Para sa unang Eat with C natin ngayong season 2, magkakaroon tayo ng paraffle ng ating Tanglaw merchandise. Sundin nyo lang ang mechanics at pwede kayong manalo nitong napakagagandang designs na naka-flash sa screens natin. Simple lang ang gagawin. Magkomento lang kayo ng paborito nyong parte ng episodes 1 and 2, o di kaya magkomento kayo ng tanong tungkol sa economic literacy na gusto nyong mas maintindihan pa at posibleng mapag-usapan din sa ETSeek TV. Pwede nyo rin itong gawin sa Twitter sa paggamit ng ating hashtag na #ETSeek for EconLit, at huwag kalimutang itag ang ating official Twitter account at QPETC1979 para mapabilang namin ang inyong entries. Ang mga komento o mag-tweet ay isasama sa isang raffle draw ng Tanglaw merchandise at i-announce natin ang mga panalo sa susunod na episodes. Simple lang, di ba? Hanggang ngayong Biyernes, May 7 lang ang paraffle natin, kaya sali na kayo. So bago po tayo mag-end ng ating discussion, thank you po ulit. Meron po ba kayong gustong sabihin sa ating mga ET seekers?
Yeah, so again, thanks for having me. Salamat sa platform na ito para i-explain ang economic literacy, which is something that's very important sa aming mga members ng Usapang Econ. And also, I guess with ETCers, dahil we want to spread consciousness and critical thinking. And right now, all of us need to be critical thinkers kasi nakasalalay sa atin ang future ng ating bansa. Thanks a lot.
Thank you po. Overall, ang dami ko talaga natutunan ngayon kasi na-realize ko na ang mga problems natin na kinakaharap sa economic literacy ay parang medyo malalim. So, hindi siya yung overnight na dahil na-find out natin and napili nating kumilos na para solusyonan ito na madali silang masosolve. So, kailangan natin ng parang community involvement para kung paano natin ito at yun ay yung mga paraan natin na nabanggit kanina kung paano tayo mas magiging involved, dahil naniniwala nga tayo na para magkaroon ng positibong pagbabagong panlipunan ay nagsisimula muna ito sa isang action, and bawat action ng isang tao ay mahalaga. Kasama ko po ngayon, episode si Miss Marianne Vital, at muli ako si Camille Camba, ang inyong kasama sa ETSeek TV, kung saan pag-uusapan natin ang ordinaryong buhay sa lente ng economics. Kita-kits sa next episode. Bye!
Bye!